Hey, this is Therm, and I like StarCraft 2 no matter how bad I am at it. So, this is a match that I would like to show off. I won't say show off is the term. In the end, the series is more about me bragging about my improving at StarCraft, but even still. So now, this match I want to show you guys because it's where I am sort of improving my micro in terms of defense. Because my standard build for countering Protoss, I said in a previous video that I'd go for Forge, Expand, Dark Templar, Tempest. But then I realized that the build wasn't really as effective as the more standard ones. So then I decided that whenever I play against Terran, I'd go 14 Fast Expand. Whenever I play against Protoss, I'd go 14 Fast Expand. And whenever I played against Zerg, I'd go for a Forge opening. So now what happened was, and I fast forwarded too far, sorry. Too deep in thought of me talking. So now I placed an early warning pylon up ahead, and I went for the 14 Fast Expand, as you can see down there. And so he's going for early, I guess you could call it a rush. I already had these pylons on the way anyway, which is very nice. So now I had 2 Zealots to defend with. So now I'm trying to hold him back. He destroys one of the turrets, so I know that if I can get this one up, he's going to be forced to retreat, otherwise he'll lose all his guys. So I'm trying to use these Zealots to hold him back as long as possible to let this thing build up. So I was thinking that I might be able to take out Zealot. I was very wrong about that. And last second, I get the turret up. So I kill the Zealot, and the Mothership Core is getting killed, but it survives and the shields regen. So there goes his attempt at an early attack. I did, however, know they'd probably attack again, so I built some more turrets. So now I'm getting the turrets up. They're building. He's doing his stuff. I'm getting an army up while I'm getting the, Warp Gates. I got Robotics Facility, Twilight Council, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, my, macro hasn't improved yet, but this game is from a while ago, and both my macro and micro have gotten a lot better. I'm actually going to record 2 more videos right after this. I'm going to post them on successing days. Will the term be successive days? Successing? Successor days? I'm not really sure. I'm just going to say successive and hope for the best. So I'm going to post them on days... You know what, here, I'll just say it simply. I will post them right after, on the day next the previous one has been posted. So I'll post one, next day post, until I run out of videos. Because, what happened, I just posted a video recently, 2 days ago, that I can't make any more videos. So I decided that I'll just post videos one by one. So that way, I'll end up with video surpluses, and that way whenever I'm in a situation where I have a lot of stuff going on, I'll be able to get rid of that, extra amount of videos. I'll build down, I'll record a lot again, and then that process would continue. And if I end up with a massive surplus, then I'll just post a couple of extra. So I'm getting my army up. I know a sentry would be nice for micro, and he is getting a very nice army up. So now let's speed up. He's got an expand. My expand is pretty good. It's half full. So now I build another scouting pylon. He destroys it again. There we go. However, I have the extra turrets. I also have the sentry. I have stalkers, which means I can attack from afar, allowing me to take further advantage of these turrets. I have a warp gate up. Actually, 3. I have a robotics facility ready. And actually, no, never mind. Not yet. I'll talk about that in the next later video. So now he's got his army up. I do, however, have an observer, so I'm ready for this attack. So I'll warp in another sentry because, once again, I need the micro support. I got some photon cannons up here. I was thinking that maybe I could blast them from down there, but they were out of range. So now he sees I have the turrets. He goes in for an engage. I split. Not too well. He runs away. I'm relatively successful with my force field placement. It's nice. So I run away knowing that I'm going to need the turrets to help. So he takes out some guys. How'd that exchange go? Units lost. He lost 5, I lost 9. Ugh, that's not looking good. Not at all. So I have a second robotics facility building. No, that's him. Never mind. I have a pylon building because I got supply blocked. My one problem, the one flaw I need to deal with my macro management is supply blocks. Once I'm done with that, I should have near perfect macro management. So now, we're waiting. I'm very bad with my macro management in this match, but once again, this happened a while ago. I did, however, realize that he had sentries, and I knew that, Immortals were great counters to sentries. So now, the reason for this is because of a rule they have called Hardened Shield. So now sentries, as you can see here, deal 15 damage against what they call armored. And he counts as armored right here. However, he has a rule. If I ever take damage that would be above 10, it is reduced to 10. So if you deal 9 damage, the Immortal will take 9 damage. If you deal 10 damage, he'll take 10 damage. If you deal 11 damage, the Immortal will only take 10. If you deal 10,000 damage, he'll only take 10. This means that Immortals are great counters to anything that is very powerful, relies on single big shots, like the Thor, but it's very bad for dealing with guys that rely on constant small bursts like the Marine. So now, what happens is that he's also a very good anti-tank anyway, because, look at this. 22 damage standardly, but 55 against armored. So this thing is pretty much great for killing Colossi, what are they called, Ultralisks, anything with armor. Putting the rule aside. So now I go for an expand. I send the, probe a little early. But as you can see, I'm building up a massive bank, which is a problem I need to deal with. And in some of the videos that battles I played more recently, you'll see that my macros improved massively. So once again, let's speed up. So now he goes again. I managed to send in the observer just in time to see this, because I was going for a scout of his base, but hell, I saw this anyway. So now he has a pretty nice force. I have a very sentry-based force because I'm relying on building up an economy. My problem is that's already built up. I just lack Vespine, which is a huge problem I have. So I have a very well-placed, force field. Not force field, shield. Do I snipe the zealot? No, I don't. So now he's going around the bottom. Or maybe not. I don't remember this battle too much. Once again, I played this like a week ago. So yeah, he goes back. Oh, never mind. I forgot Warp Prism dropped. It wasn't as successful as it could have been, though. I was thinking that I might be able to go directly for the mineral line with those two, but it didn't go well. And I managed to snipe a quick sentry off. Not sentry, stalker. So that's a tiny victory for me. Then again, I did lose 4 stalkers in the process. So now I got Void Ray up because I know that they're pretty good counters for stalkers if you get prismatic alignment. I have a lot of immortals. I have good amount of sentries. All that good stuff. So, let's speed things up again. He's building up his force. I kind of am not. So now I think that I can attack relatively stupidly. So I went on the other side of the small bridge. And I attack. I think I managed to take out the pylon, which is a nice little troll thing. So yeah, he cancels everything. He loses a bit of money. Then I realize he has this massive army. I placed my force fields actually pretty well for this engagement. And then he places his force fields, which were actually placed terribly. They barely did some damage. Maybe he killed like an extra sentry, which is a pretty big victory for him, but considering the size of the forces, eh. So now I build Colossi, which I build way too many of in this game, because I thought that Colossi would be a great counter to the Stalkers, which they're okay. If you have a large amount, you get a lot of AoE because they attack in a line, and so on and so forth. And this base is oversaturated by 1. That's gonna bug me for a while. This base is also oversaturated. Nope, never mind. Oh, now there are 2 guys. Oh, never mind. They're going for the, Vespine. So now, let's continue. Bunch of good stuff going on. He's got his immortals. Actually, how's my damage versus armor? Yeah, his immortals aren't really too good for the situation. There's something funny I found out recently. Oh, I missed it. I missed the engagement. Sorry, guys. Let's rewind. Here we go. Nope, that's the first attack I made. Cancels. Well-placed force fields. Yada, yada, yada. Keep on going. He warps some more guys. My force is building up a bit. I get some Colossi. Colossuses if you prefer, but that's grammatically incorrect. And I go for the engagement. So now I catch him in a very bad spot because all my guys are together. His guys are all divided. I blink forward, snipe off a sentry. Not sentry, stalker, I need to remember that. So now my Colossi are taking out those zealots. I have a okay placed pylon. Actually just kill him on his pursuit. Got my Void Rays, which were actually pretty smart for this engagement. I'm pretty sure that they're great for killing stalkers. Because they're armored, and I'm pretty sure they get extra damage versus armor. Not much extra, but hell, they're Void Rays, and they get more powerful over time. So, our armies are looking pretty significantly different. However, I do have these Colossi. Not a very big difference because he has the Immortals and they slaughter Colossi. I try to go for a second engagement for some inexplicable reason. I do, however, start placing some, photon cannons, so that way I can have a small advantage if he tries to attack me. And photon cannons are surprisingly powerful in the late game. You guys probably already know that if you're watching StarCraft, but I found them very useful in the late game in several occasions. So now if we go for the engage, small hit and run. I place a very nice time warp. So now his pursuit is going terribly. Got a nice force field there. Going for some small micro. And he's got that single zealot, and my photon cannons kill him horribly. So now, fast forward a bit. He is smart. He goes down into flank. The flank doesn't help him that much because there's still a bit of a funnel here. Well, here, I'm pretty sure he engages me around here. And his force is a little bit divided because they're crossing that turn and the AI is really weird like that. So he sends in only half his force, which is strange. However, I went for attack. I have a couple of DTs in my builder. And these photon cannons are actually holding off pretty well. I tell him smart because it was a pretty smart maneuver. So I guess sending in reinforcements for down there. That little interceptor get picked off. Another well-placed time warp. Managed to snipe off a stalker. And an immortal. And now we're going for an engagement. I run away. Time warp helps me further. He realizes that he can't pursue. So he's good. So I got the Tempest and another Colossus coming in. I got some nice stuff coming in. Oh, and I missed the engagement. It's just like a little hit and run. I don't think it's worth rewinding for. So now our forces are starting to get closer and closer to each other in terms of size. And I definitely have a much better economy than him, but we both have massive build-up, so that doesn't really matter that much. And look at our banks. It's ridiculous. There's not a single reason why we should have this big a bank. So now we continue. My force is probably more elite than his because he's going very stalker heavy. How much space do the immortals take? 4. Actually, that's a bit much. And he has, what, 2, 4, 6, 7 immortals. Yeah. Okay, my math is horrible, so let's see if I can do this right. I won't even bother. Someone just told me in the comments. My math is horrible, as I just said. So I send in some probes because I need some more space for my army. So now I send my guys to guard the bottom because I'm pretty confident in the photon turrets. Worst case scenario, he'll bust through the photon turrets. I'll come in for a flank. He'll have a slightly weakened force. There might be a couple of photon turns left, so some of his guys will be aiming at the turrets instead of my army. So on and so forth. So now, what I did is that I pulled some, what are they called, probes off the mineral line to engage him. So he microed away, which gave me some opportunities to take out the buildings. And then his force is in a really bad spot right now. I managed to take out his base. And then I turn around. I send the probes, so that way more of his shots will be going towards the probes, which will deal almost no damage to him instead of my army, which is the real damage dealers. His guys are blocking each other. Since I have such a tiny force, they're not really worrying. I got this one Colossi. It's just like, hey guys, make a hole. I need to get through. I blinked my guys forward. It probably wasn't the best blink in the world. I managed to take out the pylon as he warped in some reinforcements. And now I'm slaughtering really bad. I got some DTs coming in. Takes out Void Ray. I activated the prismatic alignment thing. So that way I can deal extra damage to the stalkers because they're armored. I slaughter his entire army horribly. And in a couple of seconds, you will see GG. And it was a very good game. So, I'm Spartan300 Therm. A like and subscription are appreciated, and I will see you next time.